Yep. By internet rules, she won. She got him to promote her twice. Yep. Yeah. So basically, she took the chance to punch up, and it worked out for her. Okay, so here's the situation, as Rennie has put it, because Rennie made a whole docket for this. Apparently, people had problems, Scott Schaefer being one of them, and I don't like Scott Schaefer. He gives me the ick. They're upset that Charlie was laughing at a Fansly ad during the Streamer Awards, which they think is wrong because minors potentially watching the stream and then potentially accessing Fansly's with a QR code. And it's contradictory to Charlie having criticism for Aiden Ross showing porn on his kick stream when minors were able to see him pull up the Pornhub. And they're saying that Charlie basically didn't say anything to QT Cinderella for having the Fansly ad because that's his friend, basically. So, apparently MuKitty decided to make a video about it. Let's see what's going on.
And sick. But remember, nothing our creator does can affect the viewer in a bad way. Why? Because the only thing that matters is consent. Unless it's Trainwreck doing $360 million a year by a gamble sponsor. Then suddenly, Twitch us is irresponsible kids that can't take their own decision.
I'm only 27 seconds in this video, and I already don't want to take it seriously. That's true, Pro Grip. You don't come for Internet Jesus. That is true. What is this video? Okay, let's keep going.
In this video, I'm exposing the hypocrisy of the world's biggest streamers. And after my last video, I take accountability if I go too far. And I saw some comments that said that it was not okay. I want to take this chance to apologize to absolutely no one. Come on, guys. What is worse? Me calling you...
Okay. I have ADHD. And it's probably a good thing I'm doing this with y'all, because there is no way I would be paying attention to this video on my own. There is no way, there is no way I would be able to pay attention to this video on my own. What? This video is annoying. What is this video? Ow, my stomach. What? Eva, this is what we're talking about in recording tonight. All the over-edited and yelly vids make me feel so old. This is horrible. Okay, we're going to do this together, guys. All right? I don't even want to speed it up, because if I speed it up, I'm not going to understand what's going on. Okay. All right. We can do this.
You're a cringe host, or her inviting a convicted domestic abuse to her bed.
Okay. So apparently she was invited to the event, and she's arrested for... Oh! I remember that story. Oh. No, this isn't sped up. Can you imagine? Wait, is it sped up? Hold on, let me make sure. Nope, normal. It's on normal. I don't want to speed it up because I don't think I'd be able to watch it. What? Okay, all right. We're 59 seconds in. Dude, we are 59 seconds in and it already feels like it's been 5 minutes. It's horrible. Oh, God.
Yes, it depends. Social status is the only thing that matters. Because then you can be like,
Okay, the music is too loud. My girl, come on. What? Oh, God.
like my favorite streamer, XQC. He looked at my video disgusted and said that I went too far.
Okay.
This is what it looks like.
Okay, dude. Okay.
Fuck
Yeah,
the
yeah. This
culture.
shit goes way too far. Yeah.
Exploitation and objectification.
Come on, guys. What is worse? Me using Cutie's 2-month-old crying video? Or XQC joking about deepfake in his chat the same day Cutie came out crying on her stream? Twitch and YouTube is starting to become the one thing we all hate. It's like TV, where real reactions and opinions aren't expressed anymore.
Like, you can't even hear her voice. I mean, I'm glad that she has captions in here because I wouldn't have been able to hear a damn thing she's saying. What's up, Dark Magician? We are trauma bonding right now, Paige. I hate this video just for the editing. For real, Chris. Oh my God.
Only the opinions that the people with higher status agree upon. If you look at the video where XQC reacted to my video, he didn't laugh one single time. I'm not bragging that I'm funny, I'm super cringe. But if you're a juicer like me, you all know it's weird, because we all know his humor.
This one?
Baker Matt.
This shit goes way too far.
Hey! What?
Oh my god,
my gosh.
please.
I'm so sorry, Kelsey.
Ew. What the heck?
Dude,
This shit goes way too far.
The fuck are we what? What? Oh God. I can't with this video.
Oh.
I need to know how in the hell did Rennie know? How did Rennie watch this and take notes?
Jesus, that sucks. Oh man, chat, come on. This shit goes way too far.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
This shit goes way.
Range
This cringe award, Ludwig's girlfriend and best friend with Mr. B. That is mean and not okay. Even though I did the same thing she did on a big stage. But she went actually further than me. It went over people's heads. Because
Okay. Wait. I missed something. Hold on. All right. So that's him showing. Okay. That's showing his sense of humor and how he was being hypocritical. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's start from here.
An army.
This shit goes way too far.
but me joking about Cutie's cringe award, Ludwig's girlfriend and best
Okay, so him joking about. Okay, so what she's saying is her joking about Cutie Cinderella's award ceremony that she had. He's being hypocritical at her. Okay, thank God Rennie took notes on this shit.
friend with Mr. B. That is mean and not okay.
Yes, Ludwig
Even
is
though
trying
I
to
did
be
the same thing she did on a big stage. But she went actually further than me. It went over people's heads. Because a person with that many sponsors and viewers can't be wrong. Or can they? Let's hear the joke.
I'm a little bit nervous hosting in front of this many people. We sold tickets this year. But I'm trying to do that thing where you picture everybody naked. Thank goodness. I recently got a link on how to do that, so I'll have to use that backstage.
She just made a joke about having a link to see everybody in the audience naked. Cutie and Ludwig said that the big problem was the A-Trick gave awareness to the deepfake.
And I think, honestly, that's one of the biggest ups Atrioc did. Caused a whole new world of harm because so many new people were exposed to this idea and then went out to seek what this idea was.
But
Because she was making a joke based off the crying that she did? What? Yeah, I'm so glad Rennie took notes because there is no way we're watching any of these damn videos. It gave me AIDS when I saw it for the first time looking at Chris. This is crazy. Rennie did a whole docket for us, and I'm basically going through the videos on the docket because I wanted to see firsthand, because there's no way you can just tell me and I know. And yeah, this is bad.
I'm trying to picture everybody naked. I got a link on how to do that. I'll have to use that backstage. All these media outlets that reached out to all of the girls involved saying, hey, do you want to do an interview? A lot of the girls are like, I don't want to do an interview because I don't want to further the narrative that I'm a part of this. But I'm trying to picture everybody naked. I recently got a link on how to do that. I'll have to use that backstage.
If Atrioc had jerked off to the thought of these men or to their like Instagram,
Dude, I don't know.
is it as bad as actively pursuing deepfake porn?
Yeah, it's definitely worse. But we could call my dad. He's in the bishopric if you want. You could tell him. Imagine.
Usually you do jokes on your own behalf, like Katie with cancer. But Cutie is doing the joke on the audience, where victims of this are sitting. Reverse.
Wait, are you stupid? She was one of the victims! Are you dumb? Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this.
The roast, and imagine if a guy said to the audience full of women that he has a link where he can see them naked.
Bruh.
We all
I might cut this out and just clip it and go, the cringiest video I have ever seen. Empress K, this isn't the only video from her I have to watch. This isn't the only video! Oh my god! Okay, let's keep going.
all know he will be canceled. But who am I to have an opinion as a Twitch viewer doing videos on my phone? I'd rather
I will say this though, she is a pretty girl. She's really pretty.
listen to the socialist in his mansion for millions of dollars doing charity streams, spamming ads.
IRL streams are so much fun, but like they're just not as good as like regular streams. Like you can't fucking run the ads. Like
What the fuck did I just say? If you want to support this event, this costs a shit ton of money, but it can all be paid back just by getting merch. Shitcamp.gg. There's no sponsor or anything.
Am I going to be reimbursed for the firearms stream?
And then complain to Trainwrecks about giving a 24-hour ban to Aiden Ross for showing porn to his audience.
I don't think your positions have changed so much that you think it's okay to show minors porn, right? I don't think that's the case, right? How many days did he get banned for that?
I will say that was actually an interesting debate that they did.
Off of Kick. How many days did Aiden Ross get banned off Kick for that? I just wanted to know. So you didn't ban him? Did he get banned? Did he get banned? Did he get banned off of Kick? He didn't even get banned for showing minors porn. Kick? That's crazy. You didn't advise them to fucking possibly ban the guy for showing porn minors.
Right, Mikey Pert? Makes my cranky inner old man come out. It really same, except for inner old woman. I'm like 90% sure this chick is a troll. She has to be a troll. There is no way you do videos like this and you're not a troll. There is no way. There is absolutely no way she does videos like this and expects to be taken seriously. There is no way. She is definitely a troll. She has to be a troll.
24 hours? You think you should get banned only for 24 hours for showing minors porn? If you think Twitch, how would you react if Twitch literally fucking banned someone for 24 hours only? Now you got porn on your platform. Now you got one of your main poster boys at Kick showing porn to minors, deliberately showing pornographic material to your audience that you know may have actual minors involved.
Okay, just a little side note. But somebody can do a L+ ratio raid on somebody and they're banned permanently, but yet you had a chick on there literally having sex on Twitch, and she was banned, what, 48 hours? 3 days, maybe? I mean, anyway.
Involved in it. Do you think that is worthy, even if it's plus 18? Do you think that's worthy of simply 24 hours? Showing porn minors, even if it's your first infraction on the platform, deserves longer than 24 hours.
She's just putting filler. This is just filler. What does this have to do? Oh my god.
But when his best friend Cutie does an OnlyFans ad.
On top of that, sign in using your Twitch account and see which of your favorite streamers are already creating adult content on Fansly.
After a Mario Kart ad for kids, Not a single word is spoken.
Obscene matter to minors. Any transfer or attempt to transfer sexual material to a minor under the age of 16, including over the internet, is punishable under the federal law.
And a free trial of some of our hottest creators. On top of that, sign in using your Twitch account and see which of your favorite streamers are already creating adult content on Fansly. Fansly has a...
While streaming, Aiden Ross decided to go to Pornhub. I guess to make a point about how you can do anything on the site.
Okay, wait a minute. So, is she saying that a Fansly ad equates to actually going to Pornhub and watching a porn on stream? An ad for Fansly with no nudity isn't comparable to watching little porn. Yeah, because Aiden Ross actually watched porn. Like, literal porn. Okay, well, he has a video after this, so...
It showed porn to his audience, and keep in mind, a lot of his audience is very young. They're minors. They're actual children.
On top of that, sign in using your Twitch account and see which of your...
Because in the stream title, I believe he had 18 plus there, which I guess is a legal safety net for him to fall back.
Fansly has no 18 verification. Yeah, I know. I saw that, Chris. That was gross.
Sign
in using your Twitch account and see which of your...
So it's still a very fucking creepy and weird thing to do, especially with that audience and on stream.
For that, sign in using your Twitch account and see which of your...
Yeah, Paige, it was, yeah, they ended up, like, he has, Aiden Ross has his audience, like, I guess put in a Discord, you know, things for him to watch, and one of them was his sister's sex tape, because I guess she does, sex work, I guess, I don't know, but it was his sister's sex tape with cum on her back. Yeah. And he showed that, and then he got mad at his audience, but he should have known his audience would have done something like that, because they're always doing something like that. Twisted Twig said if you use the QR code, it would ask if you were 18, then a simple yes or no. Okay. Okay, so owners of Moist Esports is Critical. Lugwood is actually part of the owners of Moist Esports. Okay. Damn, girl. Hollywood or Twitch. Well, I mean, they all do connect to them. That is true.
Hi guys, thank you for watching.
No. I refuse. No. Okay. So. See, she broke it down for me. Charlie makes a 12-minute video called Hypocrisy. Okay. So that's what we're watching next.
Danger zone.
Okay, hold on. Let me start from the beginning.
Yeah, I've set the t-shirt to dark mode, which means it's time to go full throttle into the danger zone. No more granny shifting. We're gonna talk about a controversial topic. Fansly advertisements on Twitch. This is actually a war that I've been drafted into and tossed into the front lines, so I've been catching fire and getting called out, labeled a hypocrite, and morally flexible when it comes to things my friends do that I call others out for.
Okay, so he's talking about MuKitty's video, and apparently, Schaefer made a video on it too, but we don't care about Schaefer around here, because I think he gives me the ick. Okay, we watched Charlie on exactly how I decided to put Charlie on, and no, I don't do 2x speed.
So I kind of want to talk about this entire subject here because I feel that it's just a load of dirty barnacles to call me hypocritical when it comes to Fansly advertisements. So allow me to show you to your table and deliver your entree of drama that you've ordered. So, the situation in a nutshell. A couple weeks ago, there was the Streamer Awards that happened on Twitch. I was unable to attend them in person, so I received permission from QT Cinderella to watch party them. This was a massive event that QT Cinderella put together. And one of the advertisers for it, one of the sponsors, was Fansly. So during the stream, a Fansly advertisement popped up, and this was my reaction to it.
A free trial of some of our hottest creators. On top of that, sign in using your Twitch account and see which of your favorite streamers are already creating adult content on Fansly. Fansly has a whole algorithm dedicated to discovering new content and creators through the Fansly For You feature. Swipe and discover today.
A very tame giggle as if someone came up and playfully tickled me for a moment. And people were upset because I didn't start spitting and shitting, taking up arms about how disgusting it was that Fansly was being advertised on.
Fansly's all over the place too, because Fansly is also a sponsor at the creator class too, which is funny.
On this broadcast here. Reason being is because prior I had made a video talking about a couple of things. One of them was Aiden Ross when he showed porn to his audience. My statement was that Aiden Ross went on Pornhub in front of his audience, which a lot of them are kids on the younger side of things. So I said that was weird. That was a weird thing to do. So when I giggled during the Fansly segment, it was used as a smoking gun to call out and attack me for being a hypocrite. Because it's the same principle. Fansly was just shown on stream to an audience that undoubtedly had kids watching. How is that any different than Aiden Ross going on Pornhub? Charlie is a fucking hypocrite. He called it out for Aiden Ross, but doesn't do it when it's his friend QT Cinderella. When I first heard this argument, I thought it was just a bunch of fish paste. I thought it was being used satirically, because it didn't even compute that people were trying to compare these two things. Going on an actual legitimate Pornhub out of nowhere in front of your audience and just having porn, real porn being played, versus an advertisement, which does lead to porn, but the advertisement itself has more clothes on than a lot of things that are already freely broadcast on Twitch that are easily accessible.
Okay, that is true. And FYI, they are wild over there on Kick. Just to let y'all know. Good God, it's trash TV every night.
I didn't think these two things deserved to be on the same playing field, but that's where I was wrong. I clearly failed the CAPTCHA here and was labeled a bot, because a lot of people do view these in the same category, in the same wheelhouse. A YouTuber named MuKitty made a whole video on it talking about Twitch streamers and their hypocrisy, a video that I make an appearance in towards the end, and it's exactly what I just talked about, where I said it was weird when Aiden Ross pulled up Pornhub, but I laughed when Fansly was a sponsor of the Streamer Awards. And not long after her video, Scott Schaefer made content covering the same topic.
Don't nobody care about Scott Schaefer. He gives me the ick. I do not like Scott Schaefer because I feel like he's bad faith on things that he talks about because he likes to change the titles of his videos. Sorry, I don't like Scott Schaefer. I really, really, really don't like Scott Schaefer.
Topic where, once again, the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 superstar Charles White comes into the frame once again with another banger cameo. And the argument is the same. Charlie called it out when Aiden Ross pulled up real porn, but didn't call it out when QT Cinderella advertised porn. And he did it because she's his friend, thus he is a hypocrite. And on stream I talked about this last night. And I'll go ahead and get this out of the way right away. During that stream, and in the exact same video MuKitty has posted on one of her channels, I outright say both are bad. It's pretty clear from reading her comments, not like her personal comments, but like the audience comments, that the majority of the people didn't even watch the full statement, which isn't her fault, and I even don't blame the audience.
Wait, what? He said, when did he say it was bad?
In that stream, and in the exact same video MuKitty has posted on one of her channels, I outright say both are bad. It's
so on the stream he said both were bad.
It's pretty clear from reading her comments, not like her personal comments, but like the audience comments, that the majority of the people didn't even watch the full statement, which isn't her fault, and I even don't blame the audience, because right now, the human race is being plagued by brain rot, parasites, short-form content, which has ruined the attention span of people.
Okay, listen. He's not wrong when it comes to how he is describing her video. I am surprised anyone was able to take anything away from that video. It literally, okay, how that video is like ADHD in real form. It's horrible. That's literally ADHD. in someone's brain is that video. It's so bad.
So I don't necessarily find it shocking that they didn't watch all 10 minutes of what I was saying. But in that clip, I outright say both can be bad, but they are not.
Tito on crystal meth. TikTok on crystal meth. Yes!
The same to me. Thus, I disagree that it's hypocritical that I made statements about Aiden Ross and the porn thing being really weird, and I didn't make the exact same statements for QT Cinderella's Fansly sponsor. I'll go ahead and prove that it's there right now, real quick, before getting into why I think they're so different.
Prove
but
it.
ultimately, both are not a great thing to be
Okay, Charlie's gonna prove it. Let's go.
advertising to an audience that is undoubtedly going to have children watching. Of course, advertising Fansly, OnlyFans, or anything in front of an audience that has younger children on it, it's always going to be not a great decision. It's one of those things, yeah. Now let's make like an egg and hard boil this subject real quick. So, the difference between Aiden Ross...
That video is what happens when TikTok decides to make a long form video but are mentally... Think about it. If they take TikTok down, those people are coming here. Oh, God.
Pulling up Pornhub and QT Cinderella bringing up a Fansly sponsor is very clear right off rip. If all of you in the classroom right now have your thinking caps on, you'll notice a huge difference. I was able to play the entire Fansly ad as it aired because they are all clothed. You are not getting immediate nudity or pornographic content. It is an advertisement for pornographic content going to the website, yes, but unlike Aiden Ross's moments with real Pornhub just being their actual fucking full-blown porn, you got pussy tits.
Yeah, no, he literally showed porn. Literally showed porn on his stream because his fans asked for it, yes.
Everything all right there immediately. That is not what you got with the QT Cinderella Fansly sponsorship. Thus, immediately, those two are already different. Showing the porn to an unsuspecting audience out of fucking nowhere is a lot worse than advertising a service that has porn on it. And that's something Scott Schaefer does touch on in his video. His is more of a deeper look at the subject, and MuKitty's is more memeing with it. I always thought her content was supposed to be silly and over-the-top trolling, but she does seem genuinely upset at me, and I imagine it's because of my statements, and I also did say I'm not the biggest fan of the way she edits her content. I called it Zoomer editing, which sounds mean-spirited when I really didn't mean it to be. She edits her videos like very chaotic.
Oh, Chris, that's where you got that from, because you called it Zoomer editing. Okay. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh.
On purpose, where it's a lot of sound effects, you know, like a fucking gong being hit pretty often, or like really loud blasting music pretty often, and that's just never been my cup of tea.
Hell no!
But I never meant it as an insult on her honor. It's just not something that I'm...
No, I mean everything I said about that video. It's ridiculous. Yes, I mean it.
Personally a huge fan of, the same way that she doesn't like my content. I didn't mean it to be mean, and I apologize that it may have come across that way. I certainly didn't mean it to. But the whole point of me mentioning this right now is I do want to say that Scott Schaefer did also talk about the difference between playing porn versus advertising the Fansly. He did touch on that. Last night I made the comparison that the Fansly ad actually had more clothing on the people in it than what you would already find on Twitch right now in the hot tubs category, where it is bikinis and very, very revealing clothing. And that is a category that Twitch itself advertises. If you go to Twitch when you're not logged in, a lot of the recommended channels are hot tub streams.
True!
So Twitch itself does peddle content that is clearly sexually charged. My point with this statement was to draw the immediate comparison that this Fansly advertisement wasn't immediately exposing young viewers to sexually explicit material, and it's even more easily accessible for them on Twitch already by just going to the category right next to the fucking Just Chatting one. That was the whole point of that. That's something XQC didn't quite understand, calling me wrong, saying that there's not a bleached butthole right away or something on hot tubs category, thus checkmate. Hits me with the scholar's mate. That wasn't my point. My point was the ad itself didn't contain any explicit imagery or anything highly sexual, at least nothing that was worse than what is already currently being advertised on Twitch in that category. And when you go to Fansly, there is still not immediately ass and titties in your face right away. Thus, I didn't think by scanning the QR code, people would immediately just be fucking blasted with porn all over the place, like Charles Xavier jacking into Cerebro. So I viewed the advertisement very differently than a lot of people, because even when you scan the QR code, you still don't immediately get porn. There's already a lot of degrees of separation and a lot of obstacles to go through, as opposed to Aiden Ross, which just pulled up porn as a jump scare during fucking stream, right?
Right. I mean, that is a difference. That's true.
It, to me, still is very different. I also was under the assumption that Fansly was only accessible to 18 plus after you verified your age. I don't use the platform. I thought you had to verify you were 18 plus in order to even get to the pornographic content. Thus, I thought it was even harder for children to have got porn out of that advertisement if they weren't of age. Not only would they have had to leave the platform to get it, they would then have to verify their age and make an account for it. I thought there was a lot of steps to it, making it very difficult for them. But according to some research now, it actually seems like Fansly is extremely easily accessible for anyone of any age. There's not a whole lot of security to it based on the things I've read, which is knowledge I didn't have last night. So, I made the comparison that the Fansly advertisement remind me of all of the strip club billboards that are spaced around all of the major interstates. Anytime I go up north to Pennsylvania, there is hundreds of strip clubs being advertised, and on those advertisements, there are women in bikinis and very, very revealing lingerie. And they tell you exactly where to go.
It's the same way here. We go down to North Carolina, you'll see them on billboards for the stripper clubs in Carolina. True.
For the strip club. Well, when you're driving through, there's a good chance a lot of those cars are going to have kids in it and see those advertisements. So I compared Fansly to a strip club billboard because, in principle, if Fansly worked the way I thought it did, where you had to be 18 years or older to enter, it's kind of like a strip club advertisement because a kid could see that, but still couldn't access the content because the strip club would obviously turn them away. Ideally, assuming you're not going to some kind of fucking shady, corrupt strip club. And I thought Fansly was the same way. But apparently that's not the case, so that...
Okay, so he did his research, and now he sees that he didn't know that at the time, because, you know, people make mistakes. It is possible for people to make mistakes.
Comparison doesn't work anymore, and I recognize that now. And I also made the comparison...
Okay, so he took accountability. We love Accountability King. We love an Accountability King. There is nothing wrong with taking accountability. He was blind and now can see. It's Saints Row all over again. Nuclear winter. There's nothing wrong with it.
Into the old GoDaddy commercials, which were highly sexualized content that was broadcast.
I remember those GoDaddy commercials. I remember those.
During like Super Bowl, during sporting events, where it was things like a girl with huge honkers, you know, her straps like breaking off, and like she's in a courtroom and like judge is going hubba hubba hubba, and then like she's trying to say something and the other strap's like wiggling, and then it's like right when it breaks off and about to reveal the giant milkers, it says go to GoDaddy.com to finish it. And I wasn't really making a big point out of that. I just wanted to point out that, man, it really does feel like the early 2000s again with a lot of the internet arguments we get into these days. It's shit we've had for years. History really does kind of repeat itself. Because I do still think that's a pretty fair comparison. That's fundamentally like the same thing. The argument back then was, think of the children. They were watching this sport, and then all of a sudden, sexual content advertisement. So that's all I was really saying with that one. But yeah, in closing, I feel like there is no real good faith argument to be made that I'm hypocritical because I called Aiden Ross pulling up Pornhub weird and didn't immediately start calling out how weird it was for Fansly to be a sponsor of the Streamer Awards. I feel like the two aren't really comparable. Blasting porn, real porn, immediately to...
So, is the same person going to have a problem with Fansly, being a sponsor of Creator Clash then? Because you have influencers boxing each other, so you know kids are going to watch it. You know kids are going to be watching it, or kids are going to be watching it when their parents are watching it. So is Fansly going to be a big deal for that too? Just saying.
To your audience, out of nowhere, no warning, and right in their face, just on stream, is completely different than an advertisement to a platform which does have porn, but a lot of things that they'd have to do in order to access it. Granted, I've now learned that it's easier than I thought it was. I still think the two are drastically different. So I still just don't think it's hypocritical. As I've said, neither one of them is great. I don't think either one of them is an amazing thing to do, but they are just not the same, and it's really fucking silly to pretend that they are. They are very different. And that's about it, really. Just wanted to talk about it.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, so, boom, boom, boom. The MuKitty makes a 13-minute video. Jesus Christ. We got to watch this girl again for 13 minutes. We have to watch her. And I can't speed it up because she's already, like, on some kind of trip where it's like, it feels like it's going faster than it actually is. So, okay. So, moisture. Okay, this one here. Oh. Excuse me, Rennie, you said it was a 13-minute video. It is a 13-minute, 55-second video. You might as well put 14. Rennie, you lied to me. You said 13-minute video. You should say 14-minute video. It is 13 minutes and 55 seconds. And yes, 55 seconds is a long time with this chick because the first 20 seconds felt like 2 minutes. So, she's a liar. Amber Chick, hell yeah, I'm here and I'm in a mood. Girl, I'm in a mood too. I feel sick. I prayed to the porcelain god last night. I feel like I want to do it today, but I'm fighting back. I'm fighting it. Don't be too nice to Amber Chick, y'all. She'll get used to it. Don't be too nice to her. What are y'all doing? Well, Amber, let me introduce you. Amber, I want to introduce you to MuKitty. Okay? She makes very in-depth and socially aware videos, and I really think you're going to enjoy her work. Okay, Amber? She is a deep thinker. She is a modern poet of our time. Okay? All right, Amber? So I want you to really, 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 really pay attention when we play this. No titties. No titties. I want you to really, really pay attention to this modern poet of 2023. Yes, Kay. She's like the female Tro, okay? But just for 13 minutes. I can't even do this with a straight fucking face. This is horrible. Thank God there's not a camera on me, because you would have told I was lying just by the look on my face. That's it. I'm out. I'm not worth your bullshit today, man. Amber, no. You have to watch the modern poet of our day, okay? You have to. Are you ready, Amber? Okay, everybody, put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for Amber to watch this modern poet of our day in the year of our Lord 2023. Put a 1 in the chat. Yes. We are ready for Amber to watch this. Oh, God. Amber does know me well. Amber is Amber's one of my ride or dies. I love me some Amber. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the modern poet of our day. And Amber, I want you to mind you, okay? I have this on normal, all right? I'm not speeding this up. Okay, here we go.
If you're coming here to see me troll around, I can't anymore, because Hypocritikal lied so much about me and the situation.
Put her money where her mouth is.
That I was forced to re-edit my whole video and now debunk every single lie that was made. Everybody, including me, is tired of this subject, on him defending promotion of porn to kids. But I'm making this video to show you in detail the
Wait a minute, why does she put up Pornhub? Did you notice she put up Pornhub? That's Pornhub, that's not Fansly. You have a certain twang in your voice when you lie. Shut up, Amber Chick, you don't know me.
But I'm making this video to show you in detail the real side of Moist Hypocritikal. So now I'm gonna debunk every single lie and show how he manipulated, mispresented me for millions of people that I'm never gonna get to prove wrong. After this video, you will not see his videos the same way.
Okay, hold on. How many views she got on this? 161K views. Well, damn. Okay. All right, girl, go off.
First lie. Manipulates the narrative that he already said both are bad. But that clip happened after my video, when his own fans has pressed him for 1 week for saying nothing.
And on stream, I talked about this last night. And I'll go ahead and get this out of the way right away. During that stream, and in the exact same video MuKitty has posted on one of her channels, I outright say both are bad.
He never say outright both are bad. All the streams is on my second channel. He defended himself and argued with his viewers for 10 minutes. And after a long battle, he said it's not a great decision, but never said both are bad.
I outright say both are bad.
And this lie is important. He lies that the viewer didn't hear the full statement.
Wait a minute. He said the night before I said both were bad. Well, wouldn't April 3rd be the night before April 4th? I'm just saying. I am listening to this with headphones, and it's not great, I will say. But wouldn't that be the night before? I mean, bro, what? Okay.
When the clip he's talking about is from the day before this recording.
But he said the night before, he said both were bad. Isn't that the night before? Isn't April 3rd before April 4th? No, her head is blocking his response. Okay.
Which is weeks after the call out.
Pretty clear from reading her comments, not like her personal comments, but like the audience comments, that the majority of the people didn't even watch the full statement.
The next lie is also very important, and it's done many times, where he words, I didn't do the exact same statement, when he didn't do any statement at all.
Thus, I disagree that it's hypocritical that I made statements about Aiden Ross and the porn thing being really weird, and I didn't make the exact same statements for QT Cinderella's Fansly sponsor.
He keeps pushing on this narrative that we missed the clip that proves he's not a hypocrite, but the clip is after my video, the day before this video. So he uses the word prove, which in the viewer's minds means that he is proving something, but...
Okay, hold on. 2 weeks ago, 9 days ago, and this was 1 day ago. So am I missing a video? Because this was a response to this.
But the clip is after my video. Guys, do you understand? The proof is after my video. Weeks after Streamer Awards.
I necessarily find it shocking that they didn't watch all 10 minutes of what I was saying. I'll go ahead and prove that it's there right now, real quick, before getting into why, of course, advertising.
I'm about to hit a blunt to get through this. I think maybe she may have re-uploaded her video. Maybe? Okay, it proves nothing. It's a clip from the day before.
Fansly, OnlyFans, or anything?
Okay, hold on.
Proof is after my video. Weeks after Streamer Awards.
I necessarily find it shocking that they didn't watch all 10 minutes of what I was saying. I'll go ahead and prove that it's there right now, real quick, before getting into why, of course, advertising Fansly, OnlyFans, or anything in front of an audience that has younger children on it, it's always going to be not a great decision. It's one of the...
Imagine how many people fell for this. Look at Asmongold's reaction.
I think that Charlie absolutely is in the right to make a video like this, even if like I feel like it's not as different as he's leading on to. At least I don't think it is. Fundamentally, like somebody made a video about him and misrepresented him, and then made him look bad because of the misrepresentation. I think that sucks. That absolutely sucks. There's no like they didn't. Well, they did though, right? Because So showing a clip of him laughing and then not showing the context of him saying later on, like that it was weird, that's intentionally disingenuous. Like, you're not going to convince me that not including that is intentionally disingenuous.
This shows how dangerous Hypocritikal is, the way he can twist things and makes the viewer look on the situation from the false lens. He then lies about Fansly having a lot of...
What is up with this music, yo? This music? We chat in the house. What's up, Ruin Leon? The tone of her voice sounds like the tone of voice Jay Stason used during his Brain Dead 3. Oh my god! You are so right, Wandering. Oh my god, you are right. She does sound like she's doing like a 3 a.m. video, doesn't she? She does. She sounds like she's doing a 3 a.m. video. You are so right about that. Oh, shit. The way this is not even that deep and she's making it feel like I'm watching a video about a predator. I mean, literally. Look. I mean, at the end of the day, can we be honest about something? He took accountability here, so why are we going through all this shit? What's up? What's up, Liz?
Obstacles.
So I viewed the advertisement very differently than a lot of people, because even when you scan the QR code, you still don't immediately get porn. There's already a lot of degrees of separation and a lot of obstacles to go through.
What happens? This is crazy that this website is being promoted in front of hundreds of thousands of children, because as soon as I go to the homepage, I am instantly greeted with an open vagina despite the account being underage.
He lies about now saying a statement immediately, which indicates to the viewer that he did say one, when he never did. Guys, he didn't until he got called out.
I'm hypocritical because I called Aiden Ross pulling up Pornhub weird and didn't immediately start.
Then lies again that it takes a lot of stuff to access it, when he just said that anyone can access and you only need your Twitch account.
Is completely different than an advertisement to a platform which does have porn, but a lot of things that they'd have to do in order to access it.
He then ends the video with saying neither is great, but he only called out one, which is the point. But he still doesn't think he's a hypocrite. This is the best example of a hypocrite in denial.
So I still just don't think it's hypocritical.
A twisted twig. I'll give her this. Her mental gymnastics are Olympic level. Like, I mean, is it really that deep? Like, is this, like, really... I mean, in all honesty, is this really that deep? YouTube account says, remember, Aiden never showed any videos. He only showed thumbnails. Houndoom, I don't think it's that deep. I mean, it... It's like... Bro, what? Okay, let's keep going.
As I've said, neither one of them is great. I don't think either one of them is an amazing thing to do, so I still just don't think it's hypocritical. Neither one of them is great, so I still just don't think it's hypocritical.
He says both are bad, or in other words, neither is great, if the only one he called out was a stranger, and the one he didn't was his business partner. Guys, how is this hard to understand? It's very simple. The subject was never which one is worse, but he changed it, so automatically everybody agrees. But that's not the point, and it was never the point, not in my video, not of his own viewers, not of anyone that called him out. Now, let's hear all the lies about me, and how he mispresented me.
Wait, so there was another video called the Hypocrisy... Oh no, that was it! Yeah, okay, that's the video we watched, alright.
In front of millions of people. He says I don't like his content.
Okay, the one thing, well, there's a lot of things I don't like that she's doing, but stop stop showing how many people saw his videos and stop showing his sub count. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you're able to talk shit on somebody, I don't care how big or small they are allowed to say something back. You know what I'm saying? They're allowed to say something back. So.
I've never said this.
Something that I'm personally a huge fan of, the same way that she doesn't like my content.
He also lies that I'm genuinely upset with him when I've never expressed anything against him.
I always thought her content was supposed to be silly and over-the-top trolling, but she does seem genuinely upset at me, and I imagine it's because of my statements, and I also did say I'm not the big...
Ego so big projects that I'm upset, and the reason he said the editing is... Well, honey, okay, look, I don't know you to be upset with you, alright? But your editing is bad. The editing in that first video was horrendous. It literally, I don't know how within the first, I'd say 50 seconds of that video, it felt like it was already 5 minutes because it was so spurgy. Clout, isn't that what Xylie does every day then? No? What do you mean, YouTube account? Her editing is fine. You're not her target. No, that editing is horrible. I'm sorry. That is some brain dead shit right there. I'm sorry. I don't know. Listen, my ADHD don't like it. So, you know what? It might be just fine. People obviously like her because she's got, I think it was like 30K subs. So, obviously, people like her stuff. Yeah, she's got 32.2. So, you know what? You're right. You're right. Maybe just I am not the target of her editing. Obviously, people like it if she's got that many subs. So, good for her. You're right. I will backtrack that on that statement. You're right, Kendrick. Do you think you can be accused of clout chasing when you talk about bigger creators? I don't think clout chasing is bad. This is poor. Yeah, I don't think it's clout chasing. Okay. I think it turns into clout chasing when that's all you're doing is talking about that person. Like that is your singular subject is talking about that person. And like you nitpick to the point where it's ridiculous. I think that's when it turns into clout chasing. You know what I mean? But of course I would get accused for clout chasing because I'm a smaller creator. I only have 5K. So of course when I talk about somebody 20, 30, a million, 100K, 300K, I mean obviously people are going to accuse me of it. So, I mean, you have a point, YouTube account. I mean, people would accuse me of that. But I think it's when you get to the point where you're obsessed by your subject, and you can't talk about anything else, that's when I think it becomes clout chasing. I don't know. Obviously, somebody likes it because she's got 30K subs. But here she wrote, ego so big, projects that I'm upset, and the reason is he says my editing is bad. Well, I don't like your editing.
Biggest fan of the way she edits her content.
He then goes live after this video and keeps lying even more.
I just can't even understand there's a real debate. I know MuKitty's really upset.
He starts lying about me saying Aiden Ross did the exact same thing. when I've never said that?
I'd like her to put her money where her mouth is. If she really thinks that the Aiden Ross Pornhub situation is exactly the same as the QT Cinderella one, then I want her in her next video.
Then he lies about saying both are bad and called one much weirder, which indicates that he called cuties weird when he never did.
I don't know how many times I have to say they're both bad, but one's definitely worse, which is why I called it much weirder.
And keeps on lying about doing it much quicker, but quicker than what? When he never did it. And that is why everybody's calling him out.
But one is definitely worse, which is why I call...
Who is everyone that's calling him out, though? It's you and Scott Schaefer. Scott Schaefer is not exactly... Like... Yeah. It's you and Scott Schaefer. Nobody cares about XQC either. I don't know where her accent from. She has a beautiful accent though, I think. Yeah, Scott has a bad reputation, so Chud Logic is calling Moist Critical out for it? Wait a minute, Top Tomato. Chud Logic is calling out Moist Critical for it? Yeah, he made a video on it, or did he react to a video? Sounds like to me he probably reacted to the video, because I know Destiny reacted to, I believe, this video. Or this video. One of the two Charlie videos. Destiny reacted to it. Oh! He's streaming it to it right... Oh, so Chud Logic's going over it right now? Okay, well, that's fine. He can go over it. I don't give a shit.
Called it much weirder. And much quicker.
And one of the most biggest lies is that he said that it was not good and he was uncomfortable when he saw the ad on Streamer Awards. This never happened.
As opposed to laughing. And then saying that, yeah, that was uncomfortable and not good.
Let me prove it for the lazy ones.
That, sign in using your Twitch account and see which of your favorite streamers are already creating adult content on Fansly. Fansly has a whole algorithm dedicated to discovering new content and creators through the Fansly For You feature. Swipe and discover today at fansly.com.
I gotta tell you, I'm not too confident about that.
Click the checkbox and subscribe.
This is just my little tinfoil hat conspiracy. I think Prime's on its way out within the next 2 or 3 years. Prime won't exist. They lose a ton of money on it.
Wait, what is she doing?
Hey, that's all good.
That video was amazing. I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor Fansly for sponsoring the Streamer Awards. Make sure you follow the Fansly account for exclusive behind-the-scenes content and get a free trial of their top creators only at fansly.com/streamerawards. Speaking of artists in our community, can I get everyone on their feet?
What is she doing? Bro, you can hear how uncomfortable his laugh was. Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't done Mysterious yet. I haven't done a Mysterious live yet. It might end up being next week, to be honest with you. Because tomorrow night I have... Wait, what is today? Today's Thursday. Tomorrow night I have D&D and Creator Clashes Saturday. So I'm probably not doing Mysterious until next week. And part two of Charleston White and part 2 of Just Pearly Things will probably be next week also. So, but the Mysterious live is coming though. Yeah, I saw that you watched it, Paige, and I'm pretty sure nothing of value was said in that video. I'm not surprised. But I want to show people how nothing of value was said. I believe it. I totally believe it, Paige. 100% I believe it. Like, I don't get what she's doing here in this video.
So welcome.
What's up, Peepaw?
Musical act.
Oh, I think she's trying to show that Charlie didn't say anything during those segments. Okay.
Oh, we have live music? Who we got?
Charming Joe will be joining us.
Oh, I love that guy. Wait, that guy's so fucking hype. Let's get it.
He then keeps on lying that there is an 18 verification when he just admitted in his video that he posted that there isn't.
He's saying there's no 18 plus tag on the Fansly ad, whereas Kick you have to verify being 18. Yeah, but on the actual porn website you have to verify being 18. So if we're going to talk about verification, then you would still need to verify you're 18 to see the porn with Fansly. I thought you had to verify you were 18 plus in order to even get to the pornographic content, but according to some research now, it actually seems like Fansly is extremely easily accessible.
Okay, you see where she puts... Look what she puts here.
With Fansly. I thought you had to verify you were 18 plus in order to even get to the pornographic content, but according to
this guy is scary.
Some research now, it actually seems like Fansly is extremely easily accessible for anyone of any age. There's not a whole lot of security to it based on the things I've read, which is knowledge I didn't have last night. Still need to verify you're 18 to see the porn with Fansly.
He then keeps...
Okay, you have to verify you're 18 to get into a Aiden Ross live stream too. Because over there in Kick, if you're an 18 plus streamer, it asks you, this is an 18 plus stream, do you still want to go? And you click it. It's an easy click. That's all it is. So...
on brainwashing the narrative that he didn't do it immediately when he never did anything. It's a lie, guys.
But one is clearly worse than the other. The one that I talked about in the immediately after it happened, and then the one I didn't talk about immediately after it happened.
And now he lies again and said that it was kind of weird when I just proved that he didn't.
Immediately after it happened, I laughed and then said later, wow, that was kind of weird.
He then lies about me harping on him and bringing him up. I think this is to make his fans defend him, but I never harped on him.
That's her whole point. Why does she keep bringing me up and harping on me? Because I laughed at it.
Even his own viewers refute that lie.
Not harping on you? She's made 3 tweets about me today alone. What are you talking about?
I just posted some memes and those was after the video I showed.
This is stupid. This is so dumb.
Now
This is
that I've
fucking
shown
dumb.
how much he lies, I'm gonna touch on why he's a hypocrite. Same thing happened when they tried to scam their fans with overpriced computers. He only changed when they exposed him. Then suddenly criticism exists.
I knew that brain dead take was coming. What is the point of criticism if you don't want to see a change?
But not for a single scammer that he made a video on.
We tried to take this down according to the mods. Props them for not backing down. And instead it was removed. We said no. I mean, I've been talking about trust and client satisfaction.
And then took down and banned everyone that gave it. Okay, hold on.
Dead take was coming. What is the point of criticism if you don't want to see a change?
But not for a single scammer that he made.
And I got scammed with 40,000 Yu-Gi-Oh box. The scammer needs to be stopped.
A
Okay.
video.
We tried to take this down according to the mods.
I mean, Logan Paul has been known for being in scams. I don't get what the problem is.
Props them for not backing down. And instead it was removed. We said no. I mean, I've been talking about trust and client satisfaction while mods banning anyone interested in the new company. Jesus.
And on the Miskiff incident, the owner of Starforge, which he is a co-owner of, he never mentioned his name in the video.
Sneaked in the topic in between 6 other things.
Is that a coincidence? Well, when Rich Campbell got kicked out of OTK, he didn't make a video on that either. So I see a pattern, and I called it out. So that's why he's so mad and lied about everything.
The MuKitty video, MuKitty says, MuKitty's really upset. I'd like her to put her money where her mouth is. If she does that, then yeah, absolutely, I'll eat shit on it. I would love to see her do the Aiden Ross Pornhub moment. Oh, I'm not even talking about X. I just saw MuKitty's response. I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure she just trolls. It was her just once again saying cope, but she seems like legitimately upset.
Yeah, Slug, let's not talk about her voice. I mean, listen, like XQC, I have a hard time listening to XQC. Because his accent, I have a problem with his accent in the sense of, not that he has the accent, in the sense of I have a hard time understanding what he's saying because he speaks so fast. But YouTube account says Charlie the Snake denying this is denying reality. We are the Church of Charlie over here. This is a Christian mingle chat. And our Christ and Lord is the Jesus of YouTube, Charlie.
Like, and again, I'm saying, if she really feels that way, it's MuKitty's whole point, then in her next video, she needs to play the... That's her whole point. Why does she keep bringing me up and harping on me? If she wants to critique QT Cinderella, clearly not her whole point. She's made 3...
I think she's a gorgeous girl. I don't care what anybody says. I think she's a gorgeous girl. And I love her accent, honestly. I just don't like her editing.
Tweets about me today alone. What are you talking about?
And the way she talks like this, as in she does the 3 a.m. J Station voice, where, hi, how are y'all doing today? She does that, where she like, da 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 da. She has that same cadence as J Station. YouTube account seduced by the Antichrist. Yes, yes. We have been seduced by the Antichrist here. Yeah, BMO. Yeah, if she just fixes that, she'd be okay. Yeah, she does have that J Station 3 a.m. just that cadence. People just like to be contrarians nowadays, Xylie. Imagine coming from one of the nicest people on the internet just to be different. True.
MuKitty's here. I'd love to talk to her.
So, for the slow people, why Moist is a hypocrite is because he didn't say anything until he was called out by me, a small YouTuber. And even after getting called out by me, it took him a whole week of his own fans pressing him every single day on live stream for him to say something, which he was aware of.
Why do I keep getting this question? Are you talking about the MuKitty video?
And when he responded to this, to the promotion of porn to an audience full of minors, his response was, yeah, it's not a great decision. It's just one of those things.
Of course, advertising Fansly, OnlyFans or anything in front of an audience that has younger children on it, it's always going to be not a great decision. It's one of those things, yeah.
One of those things? Like it's a daily thing we all do?
Oh God. This girl. You know what? As brain dead as I think her content is, I'm actually starting to like her. Not gonna lie, I have to admit this. I'm actually starting to like her. Oh, God. I'm actually starting to like her because she...
Do you guys promote porn on a family-friendly show daily? What does that even mean? The guy is minimizing a disgusting thing for 10 minutes. And the reason? Because it's his business partner.
I didn't realize that was my group. You realize I've never talked to QT, like, in my life outside of DMs? What are you talking about?
He changed subject and started pointing fingers like a little child. But the main point remains. If I didn't call it out, he would have never said anything. And the reason is because it's his business.
She does do a J Station shtick. She does do a J. Look at her. Watch her in this corner. Watch
like
her.
A little child. But the main point remains.
Wait, she's doing her hand.
If I didn't call it out, he would have never said anything. And the reason is because it's his business partner.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm seeing J Station now. I can't help it. She needs to do 3 a.m. videos. That's what she needs to do. Fuck the XQC shit. You need to do 3 a.m. videos. You would go far.
So, if Moist hypocritical...
Lori, hi Xylie. I'm definitely a lurker. I never chat. But just wanted to say thanks so much for the gift of membership. That wasn't from me, but most likely it might have been from Gaming Witch. But it could have been from other people's. People have been gifting membership. So, but you're welcome. Yes, we have the best community over here. Thank you very much. We have the best community. And Lori, don't worry about being a lurker. I love my lurkers. I do. As long as you're watching my stuff, I don't care. It's all good. Thank you very much.
Hypocritikal admits that the ad is wrong, then he is a hypocrite because no statements were made. But if you think it's not wrong, then can you explain the law to your friend?
Obscene matter to minors. Any transfer or attempt to transfer such material to a minor under the age of 16, including over the internet, is punishable under the federal law. Oh shit.
So, I challenge Moist Hypocritikal to debunk all these lies, or you will always be remembered as the hairy Pinocchio.
Send this to the streamers involved. Let's see how many of them react to it like they reacted to the Moist video. I doubt they will. Oh. Oh, ma'am. Oh. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. She's got balls. I'll give her that. All right, so, Rennie on the docket. A few hours later, after MuKitty's video, Charlie dropped a 41-minute... Okay, let's see her time. Okay, 41 minutes, 4 seconds. Okay, she got that time right. 41-minute video called I'll Take the Bait. And these are her notes on it. I do love... Look, oh my God, Rennie even put the ratios on this. Oh, so this girl's got 11K dislikes and 9.4K likes on this. Ooh, she got ratioed. But at the time Rennie did this... At the time Rennie did this docket, it had 9K likes versus 9.1K dislikes. So she's gotten 2 more K dislikes. Alright, so. Now, Moist Critical has 4.5K dislikes, 123K likes. And it's got 2.5 million views. Alright, we're going to go 1.5 for Charlie. Alright. She's really about that life. She really is. I'm going to tell you. Listen. Even if I don't like the video, okay, I've got to give it to her. She's got balls. No, that ratio is not crazy. No, it's not. But she's got balls. I got to give it to her. She's got balls. Send this to the streamers involved. Let's see how many of them react to it like they reacted to the Moist video. I doubt they will. You know what? I respect it. Even though, I don't really agree with what she's saying, but I respect it, though. I do respect it. I have to admit. Yes, she called him a hairy Pinocchio. I do. I respect it. I gotta give it to her. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. Vidrana. All right, let's see what Charlie says. Okay, I got it. I should have it at 1.5. Let me double check. Yes, it's at 1.5.
Those days, just like chips and salsa at a Super Bowl party, I'm about to double dip in here into some drama. Last week I made a video talking about
Wait, is Charlie growing a beard? You notice his beard's getting longer? She does know how to grow in this culture, that's for sure. Call out a big YouTuber, then respond even more outrageously to get other streamers to react as well. Yeah, but you know what? I respect the grind. I respect that listen, she put her imaginary dick on the table and say, let's see what you got. I respect it. I do. I respect it. I may not like what she's saying, but I do respect it. I can respect it. I respect the grind.
Hypocrisy. In a nutshell, the situation was two YouTubers, Scott Schaefer and MuKitty, made content talking about Twitch streamers being hypocrites due to the promotion of Fansly during the Streamer Awards, and I was named in both of these videos, because prior to this I had mentioned that it was very weird when Aiden Ross pulled up Pornhub on stream in front of his audience, which consisted of a lot of kids, and meanwhile when Fansly was advertised during the Streamer Awards, I just laughed at it. So that's where the hypocrisy allegations come from. That's the genesis of it. And I thought it was an interesting talking point because of the subject matter, but I also wanted to defend myself from hypocrisy allegations that I felt were weightless, and that's what that video I made was all about. Now, Scott Schaefer, as I mentioned, tackled it from more of like a...
No one in the commentary community can throw stones from their glass houses at her. Yeah, yes they can, YouTube account. Yes they can. Yeah, it looks like he's growing his beard back.
Analytical standpoint breaking down the problem itself, and I still do believe that his intentions are coming from a place of actually caring about the situation. However, the same can't be said about the other content creator, MuKitty. In the video I made covering this, I was very charitable with her intentions behind the content. I thought maybe I was wrong and got the incorrect impression on what her content was focused on. I thought it was satirical and ironic and trying to be silly on purpose with subject matter, and I apologize for saying things that may have come across mean-spirited or made it sound like I was shitting on her when that really wasn't my intention. Especially considering we were both playing on the same team, I feel like we're both saying these things are bad, and for some reason she's at my throat about it because of one difference in that I think showing Pornhub to the audience was worse. Not that that excuses the Fansly promotion, which again I have never once defended or said was a good thing, but this slight difference in perspective on it has led to all...
Imagine being Scott Schaefer and playing second fiddle to the Zoomer girl right now. Yeah, true. True. And he really is. Just saying.
This hostility, and I tried to explain that in the last video because I thought maybe there was just a misunderstanding there, but she took the last video as more of a declaration of war. And another thing I want to come forward with right away, and I didn't think this needed explaining either, one of the core points that she as well as others are making is that this is actually a very insidious plot that I'm hiding on purpose because Ludwig is my friend and QT Cinderella is his girlfriend. QT Cinderella ran the Streamer Awards, she was responsible for the Fansly promotion. So people were saying that I'm, excusing everything she did because she's Ludwig's girlfriend. And I didn't think this needed explaining. This is going to be a common thing. I didn't think a lot of this needed explaining, but I'll do it anyway. I've now said in like 5 videos over the last 5 months, I don't see eye to eye with anyone all the time, even my best friends. So, even though I do respect QT, and of course I respect Ludwig, I consider them friends, I didn't see eye to eye with QT on this. Thus, I wasn't going to pretend like I did and defend it. I don't do that for anyone, not even my best friends. This wasn't some kind of secret association that was kept under wraps. I'm very public about Ludwig and I being business partners with fucking Moist Esports, for example, and we do a lot together. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to look the other way on things that I feel differently about. I don't do that for him either. It's not just QT. I have actually talked about things I disagree with Ludwig on publicly as well. This isn't like some kind of big gotcha where it's like, it turns out Charlie does know QT. This is why I didn't say anything. That's just not the truth. And I did say it wasn't good. And now it's because...
Damn, Charlie. Damn, Charlie.
Become clear after her most recent upload as well as everything she's been posting on Twitter about me that little yucky spidey sense that was tingling in the back of my head telling me that she's probably just trolling to get a rise out of streamers to farm it for personal gain was unfortunately correct. And I'll go ahead and take the bait one more time here. I'll play along and eat this entree of medium...
I mean, she was. I mean, that's what that whole... That's what... I mean, and that is true. Because, I mean, that's what this is right here. But, I mean, I personally respect the grind. I respect it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to sit here and down her for doing that. She's trying to grow a platform, and the more people that react to it, the more people go and see what she's about. You know? I respect it. I'm not mad at it. I hate this guilty by association bullshit. Everyone would be regulated to a clause that if applied in real life. True. That girl was like, you made a mistake. You said you was wrong. No, you allowed to be wrong. You must only make correct videos. I mean, true, but I respect her grind. I do respect it.
Well, internet beef that she's serving up. She's been egging me on Twitter today to debunk all 20 lies she's caught me on in her most recent video. So I'll accept the challenge. I'll take the cinnamon challenge here and go through MuKitty's most recent upload, Moist Hypocritikal, Can't Stop Lying.
If you're coming here to see me troll around, I can't anymore because Hypocritikal lied so much about me and the situation.
Oh my God, okay, look, Omni, he covered this and he was like, Moist Hypocritikal. He goes, I like that nickname. That's pretty fire. Omni was like, Moist Hypocritikal. I like that. That's actually fire. Oh, Omni was funny, but when he started playing the video, he's like, what is this? What's going on here?
situation.
Put her money where her mouth is.
That I was forced to re-edit my whole video and now debunk every single lie that was made.
Obviously, I immediately owe a huge apology to MuKitty and her whole community because my video was such a stinker that it's impeded her ability to make her regularly scheduled trolling. But I do want to come out right away and say that her calling me Hypocritikal, the play on words, Hippo and then critical spelled like my name, is actually such a banger because that is a meme that started on my stream like 6 years ago when I was still streaming on YouTube. I was playing Fortnite and—
Oh shit, I didn't know it was a meme. Oh my god, what? I love Omni. I love watching Omni videos. He's cool. Oh man, he's a cool dude. I love watching his videos. Omni's a goat.
And I bought the battle pass for the John Wick skin, and chat fucking erupted when they saw me playing with it because I had for a long time talked about what a big waste of money the battle pass is. You're a fucking troglodyte if you buy the battle pass, and then fucking John Wick skin comes out, it busts down my resolve, and I spent money on it, so chat called me Hypocritikal just like this, and it became a bit of a meme. So to see her unironically use it here is almost nostalgic to a certain extent, but she's clearly using it to be combative as opposed to like jovial and kidding around.
Everybody, including me, is tired of it.
That last part pretty good. Her regular scheduled trolling videos, yes. But I do like the moist hypocritical. That's actually pretty cool.
This subject on him defending promotion of porn to kids. But
we're not even 30 seconds into this video and she's already told her first lie, which is ironic. It almost makes her seem like the hypocrite here. She says that I have defended the promotion of porn to kids.
Oh.
Do you have any evidence to back that up? Do you have a clip of me saying that what QT Cinderella did with promoting Fansly during the Streamer Awards is good? Defending it in any way? Because as far as I can recall, I have only ever said that it's not a good decision. And that as well as Pornhub that Aiden Ross brought up on stream are both bad.
So she's probably taken him laughing at it and not saying something right then and there as him saying it was okay.
Never once said that what she did was good or defended it, or defended her for the decision to do it. But she likes to tell her audience that I have, without ever showing any clips of me doing it, because it hasn't happened. That is a blatant, bold-faced lie.
First lie manipulates the narrative that he already said both are bad. But that clip happened after my video, when his own fans has pressed him for 1 week for saying nothing.
And on stream I talked about this last night, and I'll go ahead and get this out of the way right away. During that stream, and in the exact same video MuKitty has posted on one of her channels, I outright say both are bad.
He never say outright both are bad. All the streams is on my second channel. He defended himself and argued with his viewers for 10 minutes. And after a long battle, he said it's not a great decision, but never said both are bad.
This is a pretty...
Okay, whoever brought up J Station, honestly, curse you, because that's all I see now when I see her talk. All I see now is a J Station 3 a.m. video, and especially with that music, that's all I see now. Oh. Okay, hold on one second, guys. Oh. Okay, stomach's gonna be okay. Totally mean this in a good way, but I love watching Triggered Charlie. I do love me some Triggered Charlie, too. I get it, Pro Grip. I get it. I do love me some Triggered Charlie. I agree. Wandering Degenerate. Xylie gets real. You're welcome.
Interesting angle to try and play here, trying to catch me on not saying verbatim both are bad until the video went live, even though I had explicitly said that it wasn't a good decision, which you outright acknowledge in this clip here in your video. And the point I was making in the last video is in that same piece of content you posted on your second channel proudly, I do say it is not a good decision. I don't understand why she's trying to make this argument here, acting like her whole audience has their brain off and can't understand what it means when I say something is not a good decision. That means it's not good.
Slug. Okay, I'm only going to repeat this one more time. Cats are not like dogs. They do not stay in place. So a cat cam would not work unless you had them locked in a room. And my cats walk freely among this house. Okay? So there's going to be no cat cam. Quit asking about it. It's getting old. Thank you, Slug.
Thus is bad. And since I'm talking about the QT Cinderella Fansly promotion moment, that is me saying it is bad. Same way I was saying the Aiden Ross Pornhub moment was bad. And I'd actually like to cannonball into the deep end of this pool a little bit and swim around a little more and explore it, because I didn't think this would be necessary. I thought we were all able to deduce human emotion, but it seems like a lot of her arguments are going to pretend like everyone is an actual bot and can't, like, think. So I'm just going to over-explain everything. She makes it seem like I never outright said anything or condemned the Fansly promotion during the Streamer Awards or called it weird or anything at all. I was just completely tight-lipped, radio silent, keeping a secret, like I had Fairly Odd Parents and I didn't want to tell anyone. When that's just not the case. During the Fansly promotional moment, I laughed at it. Now, let me ask you.
Okay, here we go. He's going to talk about how he laughed at it. Did I finally send Pumpkin to Eva? Okay, listen. Pumpkin's having passport problems, okay? She's having a problem getting her passport, you know. And she's like, Mom, I really want to go play with the koalas, but I'm having a problem at the passport office. So, Mr. Xylie's at work squashing. Mr. Xylie cannot follow Pumpkin around with the camera. And honestly, when Mr. Xylie is home, she is all over him, and y'all are not going to see Mr. Xylie. You just knew I was talking about you. Come here. Come on. Come on. Jump up. Jump up. What? What? You knew I was talking about you. You want to go play with koalas? Huh? You want to go to Australia and play with the koalas? Huh? Miss Thing? I'm still streaming. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Mwah. Alright. No, I cannot show the cat. Of course she would have a problem. She's a pumpkin. She's a pumpkin. She's a pumpkin, baby. Alright, lay there. Behave. Okay, so now he's getting ready to go into where he laughed at the Fansly.
What would I be laughing at, if not the absurdity of a Fansly promotion being on Twitch? Scott Schaefer seemed to understand what the joke I was laughing at was, which was the wild nature of a Fansly ad being played.
And when the ad for Fansly actually came up during the Streamer Wars, you can see he actually lets out a little laugh, and it seems like he's at least somewhat uncomfortable that this type of content was being promoted during the Streamer War.
Holy shit! Scott Schaefer had a good take! Oh my god! Oh my god! Schaefer had a good take!
For exclusive behind-the-scenes content and a free trial of some of our hottest creators. On top of that, sign in using your Twitch account and see which is your...
Did I just get a little tickle from under the desk or something? There is nothing to laugh about there, except for the absurdity of the situation. I didn't think that needed explanation, so I didn't even bother in the last one, but it's something she seems to harp on that I never made any indication that I found it uncomfortable or weird. And to go a step further, in the following stream or the stream after, in one of the days following the Streamer Awards, someone in chat had asked me if I thought it was weird that Fansly was advertised during it, and I point blank said yes. And this is actually faster than I called out Aiden Ross in the Pornhub moment. The clip that she plays, as well as the other people have played as well, is from a video I made called Aiden Ross Just Got Banned. Maybe you've heard of him over the last week or so because he also just freely streamed porn on Kick. The astute listeners will have heard something very crucial there. I had said, over the last week, you may have heard of this. It had been about a week since the Aiden Ross Pornhub Armageddon moment, and I had only mentioned it for around 50 seconds of this 11-minute video, which was focused on something else entirely. I just mentioned it because I was talking about a lot of the goofy things he had done recently.
Oh. Damn. Charlie coming out with the receipts. I know that's right.
So I was just talking about it briefly, and it had taken me a week to even mention it. So I was actually faster to call the QT Fansly promotion weird than I was to call the Aiden Ross Pornhub situation weird. I didn't just ignore it. That is just a blatant lie. However, I don't want to be guilty of the same sin MuKitty's already committed of making a claim without any evidence to back it up, where she said at the beginning of this video that I defended the promotion of porn to minors, which is a sickening thing to even say. But the reason I'm mentioning this is because I cannot provide the clip of where I replied to chat about the Fansly promotion being weird because I don't fucking feel like combing through 14 hours worth of streams the day and the day after the Streamer Awards went live. I really don't feel like going through it. So since I'm not providing the video evidence for it, I'm not going to use this as a point in my defense. So going forward, we're going to work under the assumption that I never said anything publicly about it on stream, and the only indication I made to condemning it or that I thought it was bad was when I laughed at it during the moment.
Which is weak.
I mean, damn. He knows it's there, but he's like, I'm not coming through 14 hours, so we'll just, whatever. We'll just say I didn't do it. Damn. Damn.
After the call out.
Pretty clear from reading her comments, not like her personal comments, but like the audience comments, that the majority of the people didn't even watch the full statement. There must be a ghost in the machine of this lie counter on screen because it's going wacko mode. I don't know what's being counted as lies here because her points haven't changed, yet the counter is going up. I'm guessing it's because she's trying to say that the timeline condemns me. It had been about a week before I responded to her video, so my speed to the response was suboptimal. I didn't, get there like the fucking Power Rangers in time to talk about it. The explanation there should be pretty obvious to any sentient human being out there. I didn't see it until a couple days before I talked about it on stream. I had meant to talk about it the next day, but I forgot. I don't remember why, and I apologize. Maybe I should have talked about it the very second that I finished watching it, but I forgot. And then the following day or whatever, when the MuKitty's community kept spamming it, I did get a little upset because I just don't like spam, and I was already talking about other things. So yes, I did get a little upset about the spam, and I do apologize for that. That's just something that always grinds my fucking...
Spam is like, it's ridiculous. I hate spam too. I get you, dude.
Ass. I don't like spam, but I'm being completely genuine. I actually don't understand what the point she's making here is. That I was slow to respond to it, thus I'm guilty, I guess. I don't really think that's a very strong point.
The next lie is also very important, and it's done many times, where he words, I didn't do the exact same statement, when he didn't do any statement at all.
Thus, I disagree that it's hypocritical that I made statements about Aiden Ross and the porn thing being really weird, and I didn't make the exact same statements for QT Cinderella's Fansly sponsor. What? I don't actually really get what you're saying with this one. Is it an issue with the way I laid out the situation? In the clip you played, I'm just laying out the situation where people were upset that I had made a statement about Aiden Ross and streaming Pornhub to be weird, and then didn't turn around and make the exact same statement for QT Cinderella and the Fansly promotion. Was the issue me saying...
I wonder why no one criticizes the Power Ranger joke, but criticizes MuKitty Zoomer edits. YouTube account, you are a contrarian. God bless you. I mean, at least you're a good troll. I mean, you're not a bad troll. I like you. You say, like, contrarian stuff, but you do it to make people think. I like you. I really do like you. You seem cool. You're awesome.
Exact same, the word exact, was that the problem, the pressure point? Because if so, I mean, I guess we can dive into that a bit. Maybe we need to start with a definition of hypocrisy, I suppose. So again, this whole video I made was just defending me from the hypocrisy allegations, not minimizing the actual subject matter, which I find to be a pretty important talking point. It was just defending myself from claims of hypocrisy. So I tackled it by pointing out that the Aiden Ross Pornhub situation and the QT Fansly situation were different, albeit both bad, and do have similar elements to them. So in this section where I said I didn't say the exact same thing, I'm highlighting that when people were criticizing me, they're talking about me not making like a whole video talking about the QT Fansly promotion, I believe. So that's what that was my definition of exact same. And I'll clear up confusion. I didn't make a whole video about the Aiden Ross Pornhub thing either. That was 50 seconds of an 11-minute video that was unrelated to that. And I did mention that the QT thing was weird. So in order for the situation to have been hypocritical, I would have needed to shit all over Aiden Ross and call it the worst thing in the world, get the pitchfork out because he showed the Pornhub moment, and meanwhile, pat QT Cinderella on the back and defend it, applaud it, say that the Fansly promotion is totally fine. That would have been hypocritical. And I was arguing that since that wasn't the case, it wasn't. Like the word exact wasn't really a core part of anything I was discussing. Now, I would like to, however, throw her a life raft on a point here because I do think there is valid criticism of me here.
Oh, okay. We're going to go through the valid criticism. Morning, Spectre.
I've said this for a long time. No one is above criticism. Of course, that includes me as well. I do think that maybe I didn't come out hard enough against it, so maybe that led to a lot of confusion on how I felt about it.
Okay.
With Aiden Ross, I didn't make a whole video talking about the Pornhub thing he did. It was a very small piece of a bigger video. So I never made a video about that, but QT Cinderella situation I only ever mentioned on stream, and I think only like one time. So even though I didn't make a whole video on the Aiden Ross Pornhub thing, it was pretty clear how I felt about it, whereas QT Cinderella, if you weren't watching the stream, it's possible that you didn't understand where I stood. So I do think that is a valid criticism where I didn't make it clear enough where I...
Okay. Accountability, I like it. What's up, Loki? And by the way, hey, Squatchin', I don't know if I said hi to you or not.
I was at with it, and I think that would have been a good point to make. However, it's not hypocritical, because at no point have I ever defended it, and I wouldn't defend it either. So I still disagree entirely with any of it being even remotely hypocritical, but I do, however, agree that I should have made it clearer where I stood on the whole situation.
He keeps pushing on this narrative that we missed the clip that proves he's not a hypocrite. But the clip is after my video, the day before this video. So he uses the word prove, which in the viewer's minds means that he is proving something, but the clip is after my video. Guys, do you understand?
I was saying, I'll go ahead and prove that it's there right now, real quick, before getting into why, of course, advertising Fansly, OnlyFans, or anything in front of an audience that has younger children on it, it's always going to be not a great decision. So
Imagine how many people fell for this. Look at Asmongold's reaction.
I don't understand. What? I'm being left more confused than the first time I
Yeah, see, I didn't get that either. I was like, what?
watched Inception when I was but a young whippersnapper. What is the point you're making here? All I was saying is a lot of the comments were calling me out for never even saying that it was bad, which is just wrong, and why I said you must have missed the clip, so I just proved that it is in that clip that is already on your fucking channel. That is what I was saying, is that I did say that QT Cinderella and OnlyFans or Fansly promotion is not a good decision. That is me calling it bad. So I was just saying that you might have missed it, and I was just proving that it is there in the content you posted. I did say it. That's the only thing I was saying. This has nothing to do with a timeline. This was talking about the people that were saying I never even said it was bad, when I did.
From the false lens. He then lies about Fansly having a lot of obstacles.
So I viewed the advertisement very differently than a lot of people, because even when you scan the QR code, you still don't immediately get porn. There's already a lot of degrees of separation and a lot of obstacles to go through.
What happens? This is crazy that this website is being promoted in front of hundreds of thousands of children because as soon as I go to the homepage, I am instantly greeted with an open vagina despite the account being underage.
This is the most disgustingly manipulative part of her entire video here, because if she goes forward in this clip, I then go on to say that I didn't have the knowledge that Fansly wasn't secure and that it didn't actually have any safeguards in place to prevent under 18-year-olds from accessing the content on its site. I was under the assumption that there was ID verification and a lot of obstacles in order to go through in order to set up your account. In that video that she is playing, I said that these things turned out to be false, and I was wrong. That it is actually easy for anyone to have an account there that is underage and access the content. But
which shouldn't be a thing. Let's make that very clear. Fansly should honestly have more obstacles to go through it. If it's that easy to get on Fansly, it shouldn't be that easy. It should not be that easy. at all. It really shouldn't.
But I didn't know that prior. Now, the whole point I was making with this statement, this section here, is that there is still a degree of separation between Aiden Ross just bringing up...
Yeah, I know. Cito, isn't it funny how people have to be perfect all the time? They have to say the perfect things all the time. They cannot be wrong ever. You know what I'm saying? No one's ever allowed to be wrong in anything. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And then, God forbid, if you're wrong and you take accountability, it's not good enough. It's an amazing world that we live in on the internet. It really is. It's an amazing world on the internet. It's an amazing world on the internet that we live in. Just saying.
Up full-blown porn, we're talking fully penetrative fucking goat seed porn on stream versus the Fansly advertisement, which had no nudity at all. The point I was making is they were different in that they weren't just the exact same thing done by two different people.
Yeah,
granted, they are both sexual
robots.
content for sure. The Fansly advertisement was not full-blown porn right in the viewer's face right off rip. Thus, I was arguing it is different. Now, it's very clear to me MuKitty has never even bothered to do the bare minimum of scanning that QR code during the Fansly advertisement. She's using a different video to try and make her point.
That's why I just say whatever I want and apologize for nothing. Fuck them. I know that's right, Amber Chick.
For her without doing even just a little bit of work. If you scan that QR code, I'll show you exactly what happens. This is the first thing that pops up. This is like the peanut butter and jelly of safeguards, the most inefficient shit ever. Are you 18? Yes or no, basically. But this is already something that contradicts a lot of what people were saying, where there was no 18 plus at all. If you scan the QR code, you immediately get fucking porn. That is not true. That's not a point MuKitty was making, but I do want to address that. It's not like you just scan that and immediately got porn. You did have this same safeguard that apparently Kick has, that a lot of people said is why the Aiden Ross situation is actually not as bad as this, because at least there was an 18 plus warning. Well, there is an 18 plus warning here too. So they're very similar in that regard.
If you are over the age of 18, you're the majority in the location from where you're accessing this website by entering the website. You hereby agree to comply with the Fansly terms of service. Yes. It's just like the thing when you click go on the streams on the Kick.
Now, once you enter, you're still not getting porn. You then go to this like Twitter thing. It's like some kind of Fansly Twitter thing, where if you scroll down, you still don't get porn. You get their little red carpet interview moments. Then, if you go to the very first link there, then you go to the actual Fansly site, and once again, you still don't get nudity. Now, the pictures are more sexual, but still, the nudity is blurred out. In order to actually access the porn, you have to claim the subscription and then make an account or sign in with Twitch. There is a lot more you have to go to get the porn out of the Fansly advertisement versus the Aiden Ross just pulling up the porn as a jump scare in front of the entire fucking audience out of nowhere. That's the point I was making. These are two very different situations.
Oh! Hold on. Hold on. Wait, where was it? Where was it? Hold on, where was her little part about the Fansly? Hold on. Let's see if I can find it real quick. That's XQC. Was it in this one or was it in the other one? I thought it was in this one. No. I don't think that's the Fansly. Okay, I know he showed it in his. Alright. This is what she showed.
Advertisement very differently than a lot of people, because even when you scan the QR code, you still don't immediately get porn. There's already a lot of degrees of separation and a lot of obstacles to go through.
What happens? This is crazy that this website is being promoted in front of hundreds of thousands of children because as soon as I go to the homepage, I am instantly greeted with an open vagina despite the account.
But you know what? She said 2-click obstacle, and she didn't even show 2 clicks. It was actually more than 2 clicks.
A lot of obstacles to go through.
What happens? This is crazy that this website is being promoted in front of hundreds of thousands of children because as soon as I go to the homepage, I am instantly greeted with an open vagina.
But that was more than 2 clicks. She even showed more than 2 clicks. And anytime you correct yourself, you're a hypocrite. It's like a bunch of chihuahuas yapping at your heels. Yes, very much, Pro Grip. Very much. Yeah, but she even showed more than 2 clips. That's more than 2 clips.
There's already a lot of degrees of separation and a lot of obstacles to go through.
What happens? This is crazy that this website is being promoted in front of hundreds of thousands of children because as soon as I go to the homepage,
She
I am
actually
instantly greeted
showed
with
like
an open
4
vagina.
clicks. She's saying a 2-click obstacle, but she's actually showing more than 2 clicks. Watch it again. You know what? We're going to slow it down. Hold on. We're going to go normal for this. All right, look.
The advertisement very differently than a lot of people because even when you scan the QR code, you still don't immediately get porn. There's already a lot of degrees of separation and a lot of obstacles to go through.
What happens?
1.
This is crazy.
2.
That this website is being promoted in front of hundreds of
3.
thousands of children because as soon as I go to the homepage...
4. She chose 4 clicks and not 2. But she's claiming it's a 2-click obstacle. Okay, I think we're here. And let me go back to 1.5.
Aiden Ross moments, but that does not excuse the QT Fansly promotion. It is still bad. We are on the same side. I don't know why she can't see this.
He lies about now saying a statement immediately, which indicates to the viewer that he did say one, when he never did. God, when he just said that anyone can access and you only need your Twitch account.
Is completely different than an advertisement to a platform which does have porn, but a lot of things that they'd have to do in order to access it.
He then ends the video with saying neither is great.
Classic MuKitty. She leaves out the part in that video where I admit I was wrong about not knowing how easy it was to access. Because it helps her point if she leaves that shit out. I said it in the video, I've just addressed it again here. There are more things you have to go through in order to access porn from the Fansly advertisement as opposed to Aiden Ross just putting the porn right in your fucking face and shaking it around, but neither are good. I also was under the assumption that Fansly was only accessible to 18 plus after you verified your age. I don't use the platform. I thought you had to verify you were 18 plus in order to even get to the pornographic content. Thus, I thought it was even harder for children to have got porn out of that advertisement if they weren't of age. Not only would they have had to...
ProGrip said, more importantly, who cares that it was promoted? It's just porn. I hate these puritanical minded people. I mean, listen, I don't want porn. I will say this. I don't want porn, I don't want porn promoted to like 13-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you're supposed to be 13 on the platform. I don't want porn promoted to kids. But I will say this. The first time I ever saw like a Playboy magazine and I learned about sex, I was pretty young because a kid brought a magazine to school. This, kids seeing porn and seeing stuff like that early on in life has been since a very long time. It's not just an internet thing. But no, I don't want any kind of porn promoted to a kid. I really don't. I really don't. Like, I can understand people having a problem, especially with the Twitch streamers, people having a problem because so many kids watch those streamers, you know? So, I mean, I get it. I get the argument. I do get the argument.
Leave the platform to get it. They would then have to verify their age and make an account for it. I thought there was a lot of steps to it, making it very difficult for them. But according to some research now, it actually seems like Fansly is extremely easily accessible for anyone of any age. There's not a whole lot of security to it based on the things I've read, which is knowledge I didn't have last night. Super.
People act like as though they can baby-proof the world and they can't. All you can do is try to educate as much as possible and not to hide it. But I get where you're coming from too. Especially now, I don't know. It really seems like kids are getting like babied more, but I think it's because there's more I think the reason why people are trying to, like you call, baby proof it is because the information is more accessible now than it was when I was a kid, when there wasn't an internet. I mean, the kid literally had to go through their parents' drawer or under their bed or whatever, find the magazine, take the magazine, put it in their backpack or whatever to take it to school to show the other kids. You know, there was a lot more steps into it. Now it's just a click away, you know? So I think the reason why people are more adamant on baby proofing things is because it's more accessible now. You know, I think that's what it is. I think that's the reason why people are doing it. I stole VHS porn from a video store when I was 10. No! No! Oh, you bad child. Oh my God. That's horrible. No.
Weird that she just happened to have left out that part where I openly admit that I was wrong about the ease of access to the porn, where I admit that I completely was on the wrong assumption as to how difficult it was to access all of it. I'm sure she didn't mean to exclude it on purpose. It probably wasn't malicious. She might have just overlooked it.
But he only called out one, which is the point. But he still doesn't think he's a hypocrite. This is the best example of a hypocrite in denial. Both are bad, or in other words, neither is great. If the only one he called out was a stranger, and the one he didn't was his business partner. Guys, how is this hard to understand?
I'm getting more and more tempted just to comb through the goddamn streams for 14 fucking hours to find the part where I do say that the QT Fansly promotion was weird after replying to chat, but I'm not going to be petty about it. We're going again.
Mask off Charlie. I fucking love it. I love it. Listen, Charlie is always so even keel. When he is like mad at something, it is the greatest thing in the world to me. I am sorry. I am sorry. It is the greatest thing in the world to me when Charlie gets pissed. I love it.
Was his business partner. Guys, how is this hard to understand?
I'm getting more and more tempted just to comb through the goddamn streams for 14 fucking hours to find the part where I do say that the QT Fansly promotion was weird after replying to chat, but I'm not going to be petty about it. We're going again to continue to push forward without that. Even still, me laughing at it, I do think is pretty obvious, but we're going to throw that to the side as well. Even still, we'll throw both of those aside. I am saying it's bad. I have now talked more about how bad QT's family promotion is than the Aiden Ross porn situation, MuKitty. Like, I don't know how much clearer to make it. There isn't some deeper plot thread here. I thought I made it clear. I was wrong. I didn't make it clear enough where I stood on it. That's fine. That's a legitimate criticism you can have of me. But it is not hypocritical because I've never defended it. I've never applauded it, and I've never tried to bury it or anything or hide my feelings on it.
Okay, well, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair statement. I'm sorry. I think what he's saying is fair.
We'll throw both of those aside. I am saying it's bad. I have now talked more about how bad QT's family promotion is than the Aiden Ross porn situation, MuKitty. Like, I don't know how much clearer to make it. There isn't some deeper plot thread here. I thought I made it clear. I was wrong. I didn't make it clear enough where I stood on it. That's fine. That's a legitimate criticism.
Okay, and that's taking accountability for not saying, you know, how clear he was with it. Okay.
You can have of me. But it is not hypocritical because I have never defended it. I have never applauded it, and I've never tried to bury it or anything or hide my feelings on it. I thought it was clear, and I was wrong. But I am saying, and I've said a million times now, it's not good. It's not. Like, you are making an issue out of nothing. We are on the same team, and you are dragging this on, and it is getting absolutely fucking shameless now.
He says I don't like his content. Big lie. I've never said this.
Something that
I'm genuinely upset with him when I've never expressed anything against him.
Statements, and I also did say I'm not the biggest fan of the way she edits her content. Well, boy howdy, this is a bunch of hullabaloo nonsense points now. I'll go ahead and openly admit maybe I'm wrong on that first point there where I said she doesn't like my content. Maybe you're a huge fan of the content. I guess I could be wrong. I was making an educated guess based on the way that you talk about me on Twitter and in the comments section. But I guess I could be wrong. Maybe you absolutely love my shit. Maybe you're a huge fan of the Moist Wrestling League. I don't know. I guess you're right. I didn't know for sure. I was just reading between the lines of everything you've been saying about me and posting about me. The next point is about her being upset. I assumed she was passionate about the topic. But maybe that was the wrong thing to assume. Maybe she's only ever treated this like fake outrage. I gave her the benefit of the doubt that she actually cared about the subject, so I assumed she would be upset if she genuinely thought I was defending it.
I mean, true. I thought she was upset too. But then now the question is she's actually upset or is she trolling?
So I guess I was wrong about that. Maybe she doesn't care about any of this, and this is all just a big game to troll for her. So yeah, I guess I could have been wrong there too, for sure. I'll admit that could have been the wrong assumption to make. And then line number 11 had me really scratching my head here, and then calling it an ego thing. It was part of an apology to you, because I said on stream that I really didn't like the way you edited the content. I called it Zoomer editing, and I said that sounded mean-spirited when I didn't mean it to. I just meant that it's not my personal cup of tea. I've never been one to really like huge amount of sound effects and a lot of crazy effects and sounds and music going on, and I said I didn't really like it and it came across mean-spirited, so I apologized. I wanted to make sure that you didn't feel like I was insulting you personally, like I fucking hated you, just because I didn't like the editing. I don't know what the lie is here.
I don't like the editing either, but as someone pointed out, you know, it has its audience, so true. It's just... Pumpkin, are you okay? Come here. What did you think you were doing? Oh, Lord have mercy, Pumpkin. she's good.
Here, I was being honest. I still don't like the editing. That's just me being honest. That's not a lie. I don't really know what this part here is.
I just can't even understand there's a real debate. I know MuKitty's really upset.
He's not lying about me saying Aiden Ross did the exact same thing when I've never said that.
I'd like her to put her money where her mouth is. If she really thinks that the Aiden Ross Pornhub situation is exactly the same as the QT Cinderella one, then I want her in her next video.
Again, I could be fully wrong here about her being upset. She had made 3 tweets about me within like 2 hours right before I went live. So to me, it sounded like she was passionately upset about this whole situation. And like I said, if she was actually caring about the subject, I feel she'd have every right to if she really believed that I was defending it and okay with it. So
she was probably trolling you, Charlie. She might not have been really upset. She could have just been trolling you. I mean, I'm going to be honest, because of the way she edits her videos and the way she talks, honestly, she seems like a troll to me. I'm going to be honest. She seems like a troll to me. He could have took that as her being upset. It really, really, really seems like it's a troll.
Again, I could have been wrong. Now, I like how she cuts off what I was about to say there because I still think this is something very important. Her video has me in it, side by side with my Aiden Ross statement where I said it was weird that he pulled up porn to his viewers that had kids watching, versus me laughing at QT pulling up the porn advertisement to viewers that had kids watching. So, what everyone inferred, including myself, is that she was saying these situations are the same, and Moist Critical is a hypocrite because he called the Aiden Ross thing weird, but didn't say it was weird when QT did it. That is the assumption I and everybody else who saw that video made. Pretty much everyone who watched your video interpreted that moment as you saying that Charlie said Aiden Ross Pornhub moment was weird, but didn't have that same energy, or say the QT Fansly promotion was weird.
Progrip says, or just shooting her shot and trying to get a reaction, she probably thought you would never respond or even say, you know what, that's true. That's true. That's very true. She was probably just shooting her shot. And you know what? It worked. It worked. She got 2 videos out of his ass. She got 2 videos out of it. So.
Thus, he is a hypocrite. So my point was, if this is what you were saying, and it seemed to me and most people that it was what you were saying, that these are the same thing, and thus Charlie's a hypocrite, then I said, put your money where your mouth is, and in your next video, play the Aiden Ross uncensored, unedited Pornhub moment, and then play the QT Cinderella Fansly promotion unedited, uncensored, and we'll see how closely related they are. See if they really are the exact same situation. And I was saying, I don't think you'd do that, and for good reason, because the Aiden Ross Pornhub moment's gonna get you banned, because it's fucking porn, whereas the QT Fansly promotion has nothing sexually super explicit, no nudity. I played that entire advertisement in my last video, and it was totally fine. That one is a safe-to-watch thing that links to things that are not safe for minors to watch, which is bad. That is not good, but it is not exactly the same situation as Aiden Ross bringing up Pornhub, and that's what I thought, and most people thought you were saying with your video with me at the end. So I challenged you to prove that you felt that way by playing both of these uncensored and unedited side by side to prove if you really felt they were exactly the same. You have now kind of backpedaled on that, or maybe we were all wrong and that's not exactly what you're saying. I guess that's totally possible as well. But I think we can all recognize that what Aiden Ross did is not the exact same thing QT Cinderella did with the Fansly promotion, but it does not excuse the Fansly promotion. I hate that I have to keep hammering that home now, but I'm going to keep saying it because it apparently needs to be made abundantly clear.
Then he lies about saying both are bad and called one much weirder, which indicates that he called Cuties weird when he never did.
I don't know how many times I have to say they're both bad, but one's definitely worse, which is why I called it much weirder.
And that is why everybody's calling him out.
But one is definitely worse, which is why I called it much weirder and much quicker.
Once again, this is referring to the situation after all of this had happened, where I had now said 1,000 fucking times that the QT Fansly promotion is weird too, but the Aiden Ross Pornhub one is much weirder. Right? That's what I'm saying.
He is so sick. You can tell he is so sick of this subject. You can tell he is so sick of this subject. Oh my God.
This is all post-game now. After all of this has blown over, this is that stream right after all of this, I said that it is weird, and that the Aiden Ross one is still much weirder. I don't know what's getting lost here.
And one of the most biggest lies is that he said that it was not good and he was uncomfortable when he saw the ad on Streamer Awards. This never happened.
As opposed to laughing, and then saying that, yeah, that was uncomfortable and not good.
Let me prove it for the lazy ones.
I have to imagine she's doing this on purpose. It is just going in circles. Laughing at it, I still think, is pretty clear. I am laughing at the absurdity of it, and that it is weird, silly, uncomfortable, and all the things I've said about it since. That's what I'm saying with calling it uncomfortable. All the things I have said about it since.
Oh, Charlie is triggered. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Like, I don't...
I mean, she definitely got a response. What she did worked. What she did worked. It's like talking to a child why Santa isn't real. Hey, listen. What she did worked. You gotta give it to her. You gotta give it to her. What she did worked.
I don't know where things are going so awry here.
He then keeps on lying that there's an 18 verification when he just admitted in his video that he posted that there isn't.
He's saying there's no 18 plus tag on the Fansly ad, whereas you have to verify being 18. Yeah, but on the actual porn website, you have to verify being 18. So if we're gonna talk about verification, then you would still need to verify you're 18 to see the porn with Fansly. I thought you had to verify you were 18 plus in order to even get to the pornographic content, but according to some research now, it actually seems like Fansly is extremely easily accessible for anyone of any age. There's not a whole lot of security to it based on the things I've read, which is knowledge I didn't have last night. Still need to verify you're 18 to see the porn with Fansly. Hey, there we go. MuKitty finally came around to playing the rest of that clip, where I admit that I got a lot of the information wrong about how easily accessible Fansly is, which contradicts a couple of the lies she pointed out earlier. I'm glad she finally shoehorned it in at the very end. Now, maybe I shouldn't use the word verify here, but I did just...
Oh God, I'm getting a headache. Oh, we're almost done with this video.
Pull up on screen what happens when you...
I do want to check a couple of things after this video, though.
Scan the code. You have to confirm that you are 18 by hitting enter, which is the same thing Kick had. The whole context of that situation was people saying Kick had the 18 plus verification just to watch the stream. And I was saying, well, by that metric, Fansly had the same safeguard, where you still had to hit 18 to enter. I shouldn't have used the word verification. I should have used safeguard because it's not verification. That was an absolutely wrong word to use there, and I fully own up to that. That was not the correct word to use, but it was on the fly, and we were heated, so I used the wrong word and fumbled it. It was a safeguard.
That's what happens when you're on live stream. Sometimes you fumble what you say.
Kick didn't have an 18 verification either. It was, are you 18 to start watching? Yes. Which is the exact same thing that Fansly had. Are you 18 to go to this next page? Yes. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole context there.
He then keeps on brainwashing the narrative that he didn't do it immediately when he never did anything. It's a lie, guys.
And then the one I didn't talk about immediately after it happened.
And now he lies again and said that it was kind of weird when I just proved that he didn't.
Immediately after it happened, I laughed and then said later, wow, that was kind of weird. I don't know how many times she's going to make the exact same statement and chalk it up to a new lie. This is getting ridiculous now. For the 50th
Oh, he's triggered. Oh, poor Charlie.
In time, she keeps saying that I didn't make a statement. I have now made 2 full videos about this whole situation, saying the same thing, that it's inexcusable, bad, not good, suboptimal, not great, awful, uncomfortable, yucky, stinky. That's what I'm talking about. I've said that a ton of times now. The initial laugh I thought was clear from the get-go at what I was laughing at, but I guess not. I forgot we're in the age of Twitter where you have to end everything with like a slash sarcasm or something to give like your tone indicator so everyone fully fucking understands what's going on in a situation. But regardless, I recognize I may not have made it clear enough, which is where confusion could have arisen. But I don't know why she's still pretending like I've somehow defended this. I have never defended it ever. And I've now talked about this so much more than I've talked about the Aiden Ross situation, which I still believe was worse, no matter how you try and spin it. Like, this is getting absolutely absurd.
He then lies about me harping on him and bringing him up. I think this is to make his fans defend him, but I never harped on him.
That's her whole point. Why don't you keep bringing me up and harping on me? Because I laughed at it. Oh my god, another completely useless empty calorie here. Harping, maybe the wrong word. You posted about me, I think 8-9 times now on Twitter, and you made like 6 or 7 YouTube comments. So yeah, it felt like you were really harping on it.
Now that I've shown how much...
Oh my god, Charlie, she got you, dude. Oh my god, this girl got him.
He lies. I'm gonna touch on why he's a hypocrite. Same thing happened when they tried to scam their fans with overpriced computers. He only changed when they exposed him. The suddenly criticism incident, the owner of Starforge, which he is a co-owner of, he never mentioned his name in the video. Is that a coincidence? Well, when Rich Campbell got kicked out of OTK, he didn't make a video on that either. So I see a pattern, and I called it out.
Yes, of course. No MuKitty video is complete without piling a ton of dog shit lies right at the end. So there's a lot here, and I'll unpack them all real quick. So immediately she pulls the gloves off and starts spitting and shitting. She calls Starforge PCs
She pulls the gloves off, starts spitting and shitting. I know, I'm using that from now on. Pulling the gloves off and starting to spitting and shitting. She got him. She got him. She actually got him. And when I say she got him, she's going overboard with like the criticisms, but she got him in the sense of he has responded twice. And his second time responding, he did almost an hour video. Well, almost 45-minute video. It's 41 minutes. Charlie don't make videos that long. Charlie does not make videos that long. She got him to respond.
It's a scam, or insinuates that it was scamming its customers, which is fucking wild because pretty much no one thinks that way. Linus Tech Tips fucking reviewed it and had an overwhelmingly positive review for the most part. He had legitimate criticism that we took to heart, appreciated, and used to better the company and the product, but no one really has anything negative to say about it because Starforge PCs is a legitimate passion project that aims to actually provide the best value.
YouTube account, I can tell you now, nobody's really reacting to what you're saying. Just letting you know. It's not working at this point. Yeah, it is working, ProGrip.
Value the best computers you can possibly find on the market. This is starting to sound like a fucking ad, but it is the truth. She's referring to our rocky launch, and we all admit the launch of Starforge wasn't swimming. It didn't go super smooth, and that's just the sad reality of it, and it's something that we deeply regret, but we used it to improve it and fix it, and now it is just the best that there is on the market. But she then tries to draw a parallel between Starforge and OTK, more specifically MizKiff. MizKiff last year fell into some hot water with a whole sexual assault cover-up scandal, and she pulls out a video saying that it's curious that I didn't mention MizKiff in it. Must be because he's one of the co-owners of Starforge PC. Well, that's fucking weird, because she pulled a video where I just wasn't talking about that situation in general. The video where I did talk about it was a totally unrelated one. So I'll go ahead and play the clip where I do mention it and say that I'm giving proper respect to the victim due to the severity of the case, because normally with internet drama, I'm just covering the wacky and goofy shit, and sexual assault is nothing wacky and goofy. That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
Here's the clip. So let's go ahead and start with Twitch, since I already made that video breaking it all down and lots changed and lots evolved since then. So I briefly mentioned a very serious happened on Twitch involving sexual...
Hold on, he's got this sped up, and that's fucking me up. Hold on.
Here's the clip. So let's just go ahead and start with Twitch, since I already made that video breaking it all down and a lot's changed and a lot's evolved since then. So I briefly mentioned a very serious that happened on Twitch involving sexual assault, a potential cover-up, all kinds of moving parts of that story. That's not something I treat as goofy drama. So again, I'm not going to go into super big detail on that whole situation, but I will say that that story has had a lot of twists and turns to it, where now all of a sudden the focus isn't even on the victim of the sexual assault or like the perpetrator accused of committing it. It's now shifted entirely to big streamers just pointing their fingers at each other and calling each other names and throwing as many debate term buzzwords at each other as they could possibly muster, and it is just kind of a mess. I again don't really treat this super lightly, so I'm not going to talk too much in detail about it. I'd recommend listening to Adriana Lee, the victim of the case, and get it from her.
Okay, let's go back to 1.5 now. Alright.
So weird. There's very clear evidence that I have mentioned it, and if you want even more, I do have a video on my second channel where I go into it more in depth after the OTK investigation came out, where I said I wasn't super satisfied and would have liked to see the actual evidence due to the severity of the case. I would have liked everything to be transparent so I could really see what happened here, because of how outspoken I had been about this whole situation.
Yeah, he did talk about that situation in length
with MizKiff and everyone involved. But she couldn't be bothered to do any amount of research, even the fucking bare minimum, where if you just type in my name plus MizKiff, that video pops up right away. And I've talked about it on stream at length too, for hours. Like, it is something I very deeply did and do care about. She then makes another fucking lie, saying that I never talked about Rich Campbell or made a video about him. Well, once again, that was another horrifying situation that is not wacky, goofy internet drama that I usually will cover. So that was one I didn't make a video on, she's correct. But I did have a whole stream dedicated to talking about the fucking situation, which she could easily find if she just typed in my name plus Rich Campbell. Here's just a small excerpt from it. She's blatantly fucking lying in a video where she's calling out my supposed lies. And just when you thought it couldn't get more embarrassing, she's got one more final point to make.
Responded to this, to the promotion of porn to audience full of minors. His response was, yeah, it's not a great decision. It's just one of those things.
Of course, advertising Fansly, OnlyFans or anything in front of an audience that has younger children on it.
Twisted Twig, I will, I'll watch Child Logic on it later. I'll go see what he says for myself.
It's always going to be not a great decision. It's one of those things.
YouTubers are allowed to have different takes on situations. I know that's really weird, and people think that we're all supposed to have the same takes on everything, but we are allowed to have different takes on situations. You know, if he thinks he's a hypocrite, then let him be a hypocrite. Let him think he's a hypocrite. I don't care.
Yeah.
One of those things? Like it's a daily thing we all do?
Yeah, it's one of those things. One of those bad things. I don't know how you even interpret that statement as just another one of those days in the calendar. It's one of those bad things, those bad decisions. It's all so plain and clear. I know she's doing this on purpose to get a rise out of me, and it has absolutely worked. It gets under my skin because there are actually people that think she's being serious, and it makes me fucking upset. And it is entirely her fault for that, because she continues to play into this character that just says the most incendiary, off-the-wall nonsense shit and makes the worst points.
Oh, she got him so bad. Oh, Charlie, no, Charlie.
Defending whatever she's trying to talk about. Now, I at first was very charitable, thinking that she was coming from a place of genuine care. That is obviously not the reality of the situation. So this is my full response to everything she said here, and hopefully this will be the end of it, because again, if she really does care about it, then we're on the same team, because I think it was a problem too. I don't think it was a good thing that Fansly got promoted at the Streamer Award. I've said it a lot. I've said it now again for the millionth fucking time. So this is, once again, me just defending myself from hypocrisy allegations, but there are real things you could criticize me for, like not making it clear enough in the beginning. That is something I do regret. I should have been a lot clearer with how I felt about it, and I feel like I missed the mark there, but hopefully all this is cleared up exactly where I stand on all of it. I'm tired of her pretending that because Ludwig's my friend, I've defended QT. I haven't. I've done the opposite. I have said I don't support it. So I don't know why she keeps running with that narrative and trying to push that agenda that is just not the truth, which is very ironic considering her whole video is about how I wasn't being truthful. So it's wild. This whole situation is just stupid. Really.
It really is stupid.
Fucking stupid. That's about it.
Okay. All right. Now, let me see something. 162K, 129K, 40K, 55, 50. She does damn good views. 101K on the QT. Okay. But she definitely has gotten more views on that. All right, hold on one second. I want to see something. Okay, that's March. Okay, that was one day ago. The first one was 2 weeks ago, March 26th. Yeah, she's on an uptick. I mean, I'm gonna be kind of honest. I'm gonna be honest. In the world of the internet, she kind of won this. She, in the world of the internet, in the sense of she punched up, she got more views, and she got more subscribers. In the world of the internet, as far as her punching up, she won. Yep. She got him to promo her twice. She sure did. She sure did. Okay, March 26th. All right. All right. 2.6K plus 2.6K subscribers plus 1.7 plus 3.7 plus 1.5. Yeah. And then that other video was made yesterday. Okay, it says one day ago, but it might be two. Hold on. That other video, April 11th. 411, 1.7K. Yep. By internet rules, she won. She got him to promote her twice. Yep. Yeah. So basically, she took the chance to punch up, and it worked out for her.